I just want to play Final Fantasy VII. Let's do it. Let's play this game. You'd think people would notice this girl just hanging out in the alley and dealing with glowy green stuff. This is a great way to integrate like a 3D cutscene and gameplay. It's just great. Oh man, doing a flip off the train. I'm a boss. You know, this is a game where you really can't apply too much thought. That guy just punched me. Why would you punch me if you have a machine gun? And am I really murdering people? You know, when you first start the game, you think you're a hero, but if you really start thinking about it, you just murdered 2 people. But, you know, experience, you know, I leveled up, so who cares? Let me loot this dead body. Let's turn the field messages really fast, and then we're going to turn the battle speed also to fast. Actually, this is the first time I've ever looked at it, but do you notice that the menus are all backwards? Like, why is fast on the left and slow on the right? Like, you'd think that this was a really basic idea. I don't care how old this game is. Slow goes on the left, fast goes on the right. Isn't that how cars work? Yeah, whatever. I don't care. Oh man, this is my favorite game. It's like my favorite. I get to put my name. I hope I get enough letters this time. The last time I tried to do this, they didn't have enough letters. Oh, just enough. Man, Cloud is so cold in the beginning. He's a real jerk. In most games, they try to put you as the role of the hero, but if you think about it, you really are a part of a terrorist group. We just killed like 4 people. I'm about to kill 2 more. Still, they're punching me, and they're punching me even though they have machine guns. It's so weird. I know I'm not supposed to think about it, but I can't turn my brain off, so I'm just gonna go through. I don't know if you guys wanted a straight playthrough, but I'm gonna go through and point out just all the things that don't make sense to me. Like, why are we standing around and talking? Like, you'd think that this is a bad moment after we've just murdered like 6 guys. You'd think that this was a bad moment to be sitting around and talking. I love this universe though because they just have chests lying around. It actually makes sense for there to be chests though because they wanted the items to be visually easy to see, you know? These backgrounds are really nicely made. I like the way they did this. It's so funny that the laser only does 8 damage. You'd think that a laser would kill a person. Running down the stairs, jumping over gaps. I'm actually pretty acrobatic. So these are people too, right? So how many people have we killed so far? This is 8 people that we're brutally murdering. I mean, we're stabbing them with swords. If you think about it, there's probably going to be blood everywhere. I don't know what those floaty, flowery things are. That's just crazy. You don't want those floating around in a reactor. There's a little bit of an inconsistency when it comes to the technology in this game because on the one hand, you have all these pipes and steam and stuff like that. It's looking like like some kind of old reactor, but then all the enemies are just like advanced robots, so it's kind of weird, but whatever. Giant robot scorpions, like really advanced technology, like super advanced. I think this was the only boss in the game that actually had some kind of strategy to it. Later on in the game, every single enemy can just be beaten by just pressing the circle button. You just attack everybody until they die. This boss actually had the scorpion tail thing. Don't attack while its tail's up. It actually was more of a boss. You'd think that instead of making some kind of scorpion robot, they just put a lot of guns on it. And it makes more sense to have just like a robot with many guns. Oh man, get wrecked, son. Oh man, this siren. Oh, we gotta turn this down. This is just making me crazy. Config. Nope, it doesn't matter what you do. That sound just doesn't stop. Seriously though, I think timers are an outdated technology. I mean, why would we put a timer on something if we could really just, I don't know, detonate it with a button press? They don't have like radio signals in this world. See this guy shooting his beam gun at me? I dodged all the bullets. It's pretty awesome. I think at this point we've left like 20 dead bodies just lying around this reactor. A lot of people knock the turn-based combat system, but you gotta understand, it's a metaphor. See, this isn't an action game. What you've gotta imagine is that this is the representation of a fight that these guys are having. And the reason the laser doesn't kill them is because in the actual combat sequence, like if this was a movie, he wouldn't get directly hit with the laser, he would get grazed with the laser, you get it? See, even though the animations show him getting shot, that's really just him getting grazed with a bullet. And even though it looks like, you know, like a direct hit with a huge giant sword, it doesn't always connect. You've got to use your imagination a little bit and imagine a fight. Alright, then we're setting off a bomb. But do you see that explosion? See how big that explosion is? If you think about it, I feel like we were really close to that explosion. It can be seen from the sky. We really should be dead. So we escaped, blew up an entire reactor. 6 guys blew up a reactor, and no one is chasing us right now. So we're pretty good. I got time to stop. I got time to talk to this hot girl. Hey, excuse me. Hey, where you going? Where you going? Where you going? So you imagine all these guys shooting at me? In an actual movie or something, I'd just be dodging all the bullets. So honestly, I'm okay with all that. This is a funny scene where the guys are just worrying about me. I guess it's showing some like character development for them because they like me. Oh man, I just did a flip into a train. I'm pretty awesome. I want to know who was in charge of putting the mouths on these people. Like, who thought it was a good idea to draw these weird open mouths? See, this is what I mean. We have all this steampunk type stuff, but at the same time, we've got this advanced computer screen with 3D wireframe models, you know, just on the train just so that we can look at it. We've obviously got like touch screens. Mission was a success, but don't get lazy now. I can't believe we're talking about this right in front of that train guard. Can we go back to the hideout before we yell out our plans in front of the train guard? This is such a nice moment considering that we just murdered like 20 people, blew up a reactor, killed everybody inside. Playing through this again, like I realize you really are a terrorist. We're gonna have a terrorist meeting. I like how Marlene is just hanging out on a box while we talk about killing people. This is where we have flashback moments. This is flashback time. This is a kind of an awkward flashback. But look at that sky though. That sky looks wonderful. Ooh, did you see that? Look at that shooting star. Look at that art. Barrett's stash is 1,500 gil. Or is it Jill? Whatever, the point is that's such a tiny amount of money compared to what you eventually have later in the game. It's hilarious. I'll do it for 3,000, which is also like nothing. You guys have such low ambitions. You might think it's a little weird that Marlene's working behind the bar, but you gotta remember it's a different universe. They've got different liquor laws. On top of that, you can be younger to serve alcohol as long as you're not drinking it. I don't think anybody's enforcing the laws at this bar anyway. Alright, off to Sector 5. Murder some more people. Everybody on the train. All 3 people aboard this train. In this scene, Barrett harasses this random guy. See, Barrett's like intimidating this guy, which makes him even more of a jerk because we're on our way to murder a whole bunch of people. You work for Shinra. See how he's holding his gun? He's about to gun down this random dude. See, it's funny, but if you think about it for just a little bit, we are the bad guys. We really are. Like, this is horrible. Type A security alert. Search of all the cars. Yeah. Honestly, this is a fun section because they never told you what was going to happen. They just put a counter on the screen and you just start freaking out. See, and they don't tell you what's going to happen when that counter runs out, so you're really tense during this section. Alright, let's go down the tunnel. No big deal. So apparently there's a million unmonitored access tunnels and passageways, so that's really good for us, because if these didn't exist, we would have no way into the building, you know? Oh, reactor slide. That's so fun. Look at me go. Yay. Hey, look, are these some guards doing their job? We're gonna zap them with lightning until they explode and die. Climbing down. It's like deja vu. It's like deja vu from the first mission. Oh no, I'm spazzing out. I'm having a flashback in the middle of a mission. Oh, this is obviously some horrible event that happened in my past. Now this is the worst little mini game ever. I mean, it's just a chore that you have to do. You just gotta do it. Oh, first try. Did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see me do it on the first try? I'm a beast. Then we get this nice camera angle change. This is a really nice moment. See, they play the theme music because this is supposed to be the bad guy, I guess. He's like the bad guy. See, and he calls you a traitor, you know, and they call you a traitor, and so that kind of makes him feel like the bad guy because, you know, he's accusing you of being a traitor or whatnot, but don't give a damn about none of that. This place is going up with a big bang soon. Serves y'all right. See, he's even arrogant about the fact that he's going to blow up all these people. If you think about it, as a president, like, he's doing a good job. Like, he's coming to deal with terrorists by himself. He's a very hands-on president. That's pretty cool. Now we gotta fight this dude. Now that is a cool animation. That just looks great. Alright. Hey, you gonna be alright? Let's be strong. Get out of here. See, so we're having a moment. We're having a moment between terrorist murderers. This is kind of a cryptic scene right here because we don't know who Cloud is talking to. So he just keeps talking to himself for a little bit. And then, plot twist, met another cute girl. Nice. Sorry about that. I was actually trying to blow up your entire sector, but hey, you know, this is one of those slow parts in the game where there's really nothing happening. Like, I really should be trying to get back to the Sector 7 slums. Instead, I'm sitting here talking to this random girl. How about if I go out with you once? Man, that is so lame. I'm gonna escort you home. You're only gonna go out with me once. I think there's something wrong with their shoulders. Don't step on the flowers. See, that's a funny moment. That's a good. I have a love-hate relationship when fighting with Eris because she's good, but she is so weak. I just want to hit attack and she just can't do it. Oh, Eris. Oh, you're so lame. Well, murdered that guy. Now she's a murderer. And you see, I'm gonna say that she went ahead and murdered him and disintegrated him because his unconscious body is not there anymore. So, he's probably dead. I'm not waiting for you, son. I'm getting out of here. If you look at the perspective in this particular section, Eris and Cloud look like giants on top of this roof. Like, they really shouldn't be that big. But whatever, it's not like they were gonna draw it to scale or anything like that. Well, that was the first hour of the game. That seems like a good place to take a break. Let's go jump on some trash.